Well, Gidget, here we are at the pond.
Yep, we are.
And I have no idea why we're here. It's raining out. It's after supper. It'll be dark soon.
Yep.
How come we're here?
Well, I told you I wanted to go here.
I know that, but why? Are you swimming tonight? Like a midnight swim?
Oh, no. Not a swim. I'm going to practice.
Practice what?
I'm going to practice being the first ever water-walking frog.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just a minute.
What are you doing? Oh, look what he has. This is a picture of a basilisk. It's a water-walking lizard.
Yep. It can go 15 miles per hour.
Yes, on the surface of the water. That's right. Like that's 5 feet per second.
Oh, it's really fast.
It is. That's right. You know, their back feet, they have long toes and they have fringes of skin around those toes. And when they go to walk on the water, they unfold those fringes of skin, making their foot wider. And when they walk on the water, it actually makes an air pocket between the bottom of their foot and the top of the water, enabling them to run across the water and not sink.
Yeah.
And they have another name. Do you know what it is?
Yep. They're called the Jesus lizard. But I don't know why.
Well, we'll find out today in our story.
No?
Yes.
But I don't want you to laugh at me.
Why would I laugh at you?
Because I might sink.
Gidget, I will not laugh at you. I think you're very brave to want to try to walk on the water.
You do?
Yes, I do, because the person in our story today tried to walk on the water.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, this I gotta hear.
Okay, well, in the book of Matthew, chapter 16, or 14, sorry, and John, and actually in the book of Mark as well, this story is told that Jesus was with his disciples, and it had been a very busy day. Jesus had fed great crowds, and it was time to send them home. And so he said to his disciples to get in the boat and go over to the other side of the sea. And so they got in the boat to go. And Jesus sent the crowds away, and then he went up into the mountaintop to talk to his Father in heaven, to pray. In the meantime, Jesus' disciples had gotten into the ship, and they were heading across the water, and a storm came up, and the wind and the waves were so bad they could make no headway. They weren't getting anywhere. They were exhausted, and the water was coming into the boat. There was rain and lightning and thunder crashing, and all of a sudden one of them looks up between 3 and 6 in the morning, the Bible tells us, and they look up and they see a figure walking across the water.
Oh, is it a ghost?
Well, that's what they thought.
Really?
Yes. And they screamed out in fear. And then they heard a voice. And the voice said, "It is I, don't be afraid." And then immediately they recognized the voice. In fact, the Bible tells us that Peter, he said, "If it's you, Lord, have me come to you on the water." And so Jesus said to Peter, "Come." And Peter got out of that boat and he walked on the water.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, it was pretty amazing. And the waves were going around Peter, and the wind was blowing. He's getting sprayed all over with the waves. But he could see Jesus ahead of him. But as the winds continued and the waves were up higher than his head, he took his eyes off Jesus and looked around him. And all of a sudden, he began to glug, glug, glug. That's right, he began to sink.
Oh, no. Does he know how to swim?
He called out and he said, "Lord, save me." And immediately Jesus grabbed him by the hand and pulled him up. And he said to Peter, "Oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt?"
Really?
Yes, and then the two of them walked on the water until they got into the boat, and as soon as they got into the boat, the wind and the waves ceased, and everything was calm. And the Bible says the disciples realized this truly was the Son of God, that even the winds and the waves obeyed him. You know, boys and girls, we go through hard times. Sometimes there's storms in our life, hard times in our life, when we get afraid and we don't know what to do. We're scared, we're worried, and we cry out. You know what? Jesus wants us to cry out to him. You know what he says in Psalms 145, verse 18? The Lord is near to all who call upon him. You know, he was right there to help the disciples. Soon as Peter called, he was right there immediately. They had nothing to fear. Jesus controls the wind and the waves, the storms about us. He is right there with us. We have nothing to be afraid of. So why don't you call out to him, boys and girls, moms and dads, in your time of need? He is an ever-present help in time of trouble. So why don't you trust him today?
Oh, look.
What?
I think it stopped raining. Let's go water walking.
Okay, let's go. Bye, boys and girls.
Bye.